Midnight Broadcast, Part 2. The sticker on the tape haunted me for days. Channel 119, Midnight. I couldn't stop thinking about it. At first, it felt like some kind of cryptic joke, or relic of an old inside gag I didn't remember. But the more I dwelled on it, the stranger it seemed. We never had a Channel 119 growing up. Our old boxy television didn't go that high, and even the cable packages in our rural town topped out at Channel 80 or so. It shouldn't have existed. But I couldn't let it go. The discovery of the sticker had started to dredge up memories I hadn't touched in years. Not clear, concrete recollections, but vague impressions. The feeling of sitting on the carpeted floor in the living room, the glow of the TV screen painting the walls in faint hues. That piano melody from Sunny Time Junction playing faintly in the back of my mind, looping endlessly. And most disturbingly, the distinct sensation of being watched, even though I was always alone in the room when the show aired. I had to know more. I spent the next week combing through every online resource I could find, trying to dig up information on Channel 119. I searched Reddit threads, old cable lineups, conspiracy forums, even archive TV guide scans. I found nothing. Not a single mention of the channel. I posted about it in a retro TV enthusiasts group, and though some people shared similar stories of forgotten local stations or strange children's shows, none of them knew about Sunny Time Junction or Channel 119. Then, one late night, I found a lead. I was scrolling through an ancient, barely functional web forum dedicated to lost media when I stumbled on a thread titled Obscure Broadcast Signals. Does anyone remember Channel 119? The post itself was short, written by someone under the username Static Dreamer, and dated over 15 years ago. The message read, "When I was a kid, I remember watching a channel that didn't exist. My parents said we didn't get that station, but I'd find it late at night if I tuned the TV just right. It only showed strange things. A man reading numbers. Static with whispers. Once, I saw a kid's show, something about a train station. I think it was called Sunny Junction or something. Anyone else remember this?" My heart leapt into my throat. I clicked through the replies, but there were only a handful, most of them dismissive. One user claimed the post was made up. Another joked about it being aliens. But one reply stood out, buried toward the bottom. Channel 119 was a pirate broadcast. I've seen it. They used to call it the Midnight Station. It wasn't supposed to exist. If you watched it long enough, things got weird. Don't go looking for it. The user who wrote that reply had long since deleted their account, and there was no way to contact them. I stared at the screen for what felt like an hour, rereading the phrase, "Don't go looking for it." It was already too late for that. My obsession hit a peak a few nights later. I dragged my old childhood TV out of the attic, one of those bulky CRTs with the big channel dial, and set it up in my bedroom. I didn't even know if the thing still worked, but it felt appropriate. Nostalgic, even. I connected the VCR and placed the tape beside the TV, as if its mere presence would help me find answers. That night, at exactly midnight, I began twisting the channel dial, inching it slowly past the numbers I knew existed. I turned it past the standard range, past 70, 80, 90. The TV hissed with static, gray and black snow filling the screen. I leaned closer, gripping the dial so tightly my knuckles ached. And then it happened. At Channel 119, the static gave way to a faint image. It was grainy, distorted, and dark, but I could make out the silhouette of a train station. My pulse quickened. The piano melody from Sunny Time Junction drifted through the speakers, warped and slightly off-key, like it was being played on a broken instrument. The screen flickered, and then the title card appeared, Sunny Time Junction. I froze, my breath catching in my throat. The show was back. But it wasn't the same. Puzzle Jack stood in the middle of the station platform, staring directly into the camera. His movements were slower now, almost sluggish, as if his strings were weighed down. His painted grin was slightly chipped, the wood beneath showing through like exposed bone. "Hello again, friends," he said, his voice crackling with distortion. "It's time for another puzzle." The screen glitched violently, lines of static tearing across the image. When it stabilized, the station looked different. The colors had faded, the bright candy hues replaced with muted grays and browns. The clouds in the background were darker now, their faces more pronounced. They weren't just watching anymore, they were scowling. Puzzle Jack turned to the chalkboard, where today's puzzle was written, "Find the missing piece." "You'll help me, won't you?" Jack asked, tilting his head to one side. His grin widened, stretching unnaturally across his face. His wooden joints creaked audibly as he gestured to the train station around him. "We can't solve the puzzle without you." The screen cut to another animated segment, but this time, the cartoon trains were racing. They were derailed, their twisted metal bodies strewn across the tracks. Black smoke billowed from their engines, and their garbled voices sounded panicked, desperate. I could almost make out the words now, fragmented phrases buried beneath static. "Help us." "Wrong track." "Find it." The segment ended abruptly, and the screen returned to Puzzle Jack. He was closer to the camera now, so close that his oversized eyes and painted grin filled the frame. The flickering light cast shadows across his face, making his grin seem more like a snarl. "You're doing so well," he whispered. "Just a little closer." The screen erupted into static. I reached out to turn the dial, but the TV made a sharp, mechanical clicking noise and shut off on its own. The sudden silence was deafening. I didn't sleep that night. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw Puzzle Jack's face looming over me, his grin stretching wider, his wooden eyes unblinking. I kept the TV off, but I couldn't bring myself to unplug it. It felt like the connection, whatever it was, might be severed if I did. And despite the terror, some part of me wanted to keep that link alive. The next day, I tried to watch the tape again. The VCR rejected it immediately, spitting it out like it had before. When I examined the tape, I noticed something I hadn't seen before. The reel inside was blank. No magnetic strip. Just an empty spool. My stomach churned. The tape had played before. I had seen it with my own eyes. So how could it be blank now? As I sat there staring at the empty tape, my phone buzzed. It was Ellie. Her voice trembled on the other end of the line. "I think I saw him," she said. "In my dream. Puzzle Jack. He was in my room. He kept saying I was missing a piece." Her words sent a chill down my spine. I wanted to reassure her, to tell her it was just a dream, but I couldn't bring myself to say the words. Because I knew she wasn't dreaming. And deep down, I knew this wasn't over.